They say urban legends spread like wildfire. A whisper, a story, a dare among friends. Most vanish in the air, forgotten by morning. But some aren't just stories. Some are traps. Waiting patiently until you hear them, until you believe them. And by the time you realize, it's already too late. Because the watcher doesn't knock. The watcher doesn't announce himself. He simply chooses you. And the moment you know, the game begins. You can try to forget. You can run. But once the game starts, it never ends. Asterisk. Asterisk, this is my story. Or, what's left of me. And after tonight, it might be yours too. Asterisk. It started 3 months ago. I moved into a new apartment downtown. High-rise. Secure building. Security cameras everywhere. Coded doors. 24/7 concierge. After the hell I'd been through in my last place, this felt like peace. Or so I thought. The first week was quiet. New city. New job. New apartment. I barely unpacked. But I noticed little things. A weird draft under the door, even when shut. Footsteps in the hall, stopping by my door, but when I looked, empty corridor. I brushed it off. Big building. Old walls. Paranoia. But then, came the note. Slipped under my door sometime between midnight and dawn. Plain white paper. 2 words, scratched in jagged handwriting. Your turn. No sender. No explanation. Just that. I laughed at first. Prank? Neighbor hazing? Whatever. But that night, as I lay in bed, I heard it. A whisper. Faint, like static through walls. Your turn. I froze. Held my breath. Listened. Nothing. I got up. Checked the hallway. Empty. But the note. Still there. On my nightstand now. I tried to sleep. Tried to forget. But over the next few days, the whispers returned. Soft. Persistent. Always the same words. Your turn. Then, came the shadow. The 5th night. I was brushing my teeth. Bathroom mirror fogged from the shower. And I saw it. Behind me. A tall figure. Unmoving. Featureless. Faceless. I spun around. Nothing. I checked the apartment. Every room. Every closet. Under the bed. Empty. But the note? On my pillow. Your turn. The next day, I confronted the building manager. A guy named Mason. Balding. Mid-40s. Nervous energy. I showed him the note. Explained the whispers. The shadow. He went pale. Hands shook as he reached for the paper. Burn it, he whispered. And don't answer the knocks, whatever you do, don't play the game. I tried to press him. But he refused to say more. Just walked away. Locked himself in the office. I thought it was nonsense. Urban legends. Building ghost stories. But deep down, I felt it. Something was watching. Asterisk. Asterisk, the night after the mirror incident. I barely slept. My apartment no longer felt like mine. Corners looked darker. Shadows, heavier. The silence wasn't silence anymore. It was watching. But I tried to function. Coffee. Work. Fake smiles. But the whisper followed me. Not just in my apartment. The elevator. The parking garage. Even the stairwell at work. Faint. Distant. But always there. Your turn. I told myself I was losing it. Sleep deprivation. Stress. Until the knock started. 3:33 a.m. On the dot. 3 slow, deliberate knocks, on my front door. I froze. Sat up in bed. Held my breath. The hallway light was on. Through the peephole. Nothing. Empty corridor. I thought of calling the police. But what would I say? A ghost knocked on my door. Instead, I taped a camera outside. Cheap motion sensor. Just in case. The next morning, the camera was gone. But on the floor, another note. Same handwriting. Same chill down my spine. Your turn. That day, I noticed the building felt wrong. Neighbors, fewer. Doors, locked that used to be open. Lights, flickering more. In the lobby, Mason, the manager, avoided me. When I cornered him, he snapped. You ignored the warnings, he hissed. You let him in. I pressed him. What is this? Who is the watcher? His eyes darted around. We don't say the name. His voice dropped to a whisper. He watches. He waits. He plays. And if you play wrong. His words trailed off. Fear, raw, real, on his face. I was done with riddles. I packed a bag. Called a rideshare. But the app glitched. Every destination looped back to my address. My phone gallery. All my photos, replaced. Me, asleep. A dark, featureless figure, watching me from the doorway. I threw the phone across the room. Smashed it. But the screen stayed intact. The last image? My bed. Me, asleep. The watcher, inches away. I tried to leave on foot. The elevator? Stuck on my floor. The stairwell? Chained shut. Panic rising. I banged on other doors. No answer. Apartments, empty. Only one neighbor answered. Old woman. Eyes sunken. Trembling hands. It started, hasn't it? She rasped. I nodded. She just shut the door. And locked it. I wasn't in a building anymore. I was in the Watcher's game. Asterisk, I stopped fighting the truth. This wasn't paranoia. This wasn't some sick prank. I was trapped. And the game had begun. I scoured the internet. Dark forums. Obscure blogs. The same symbol appeared again and again. A single, hollow black circle. The eye. The mark of the watcher. Hundreds of posts. Missing persons. Vanished tenants. All the same story. It starts with the note. The whispers. The knocks. Then, the game. At 3:33 a.m. You run. No one survives if they stay. No one escapes if they hesitate. That night, I prepared. Packed a bag. Wore my running shoes. 3:32 a.m. The apartment warped. Walls pulsed, breathing. Ceiling flickered, shadows crawling. The front door. Gone. Replaced by a long, endless hallway. Faint light. Infinite doors. Twisting, stretching, impossible. Behind me. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, heavy. The Watcher. Tall. Faceless. Shadow bleeding from his outline. His head tilted, observing. Silent. Patient. The game wasn't a chase. It was a maze. A test. My only rule? Run. I sprinted. Doors slammed shut behind me. Windows vanished. Walls bent at unnatural angles. The building folded into itself. A looping nightmare. I tried every exit. Every staircase. Every window. All leading back. To my apartment. 3:33 a.m. Frozen on the clock. I could hear him. The Watcher. His voice inside my head. Your turn. Over and over. Mocking. Promising. I wasn't in my apartment anymore. I was in his domain. A playground, built from my fear. Asterisk. I found a door. Unlike the others. A faint glow, daylight beyond. My heart raced. An exit. I stumbled through. Breath catching, hope flickering. Straight back. Into my apartment. Everything, identical. Coffee cup on the table. Cracked phone screen. Note, on the bed. Your turn. The clock? 3:33 a.m. The game. Never ended. I stood frozen. The walls pulsing. The whispers crawling under my skin. Run, they hissed. Run, forever. I smashed mirrors. Tore down walls. Broke every light bulb. But the apartment rebuilt itself. Unfolded like origami. The window showed the hallway. The hallway showed my bedroom. Endless, impossible loops. The Watcher. Always at the edges. Watching. Waiting. Smiling, without a face. Asterisk. I don't know how long I've been here. Time doesn't exist in the game. Sometimes I sleep. Sometimes I wake. But the clock. Always. 3:33 a.m. I left the city. I changed apartments. Changed my name. But the game follows. Different walls. Different doors. Same whispers. Same knocks. 3. Precise. Inescapable. The Watcher waits. Patient. Forever. And now. You've heard the story. Which means. It's your turn. Asterisk.